I remember our very first IEP meeting like it was yesterday. Our son had been in early intervention since he was around 9 months old. And for nearly 2 years, therapists would come into our home, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, and even vision therapy. And we were just starting to adjust to what would become our new normal as special needs parents. And then he turned 3. And everything changed. The transition into the school system felt like we were stepping off a cliff with no safety net. Our son was completely nonverbal, and he needed help with every part of daily life. And the thought of letting go, even just a little, was absolutely terrifying. And we walked into that first IEP meeting with our hearts pounding and our minds full of questions. The room was packed. Every therapist we had come to know and trust, and many new faces from the school system filled the room. Teachers, specialists, administrators, and the table was covered in papers and reports. And I looked around the room and wondered, what does this all mean for our son? And for us, are we ready for this? But over the years, through many IEP meetings, my late husband and I learned some powerful lessons that I want to share with you today. Number 1, don't go it alone. If I can tell you one thing that could change everything about your IEP experience, it's this: don't go alone. My husband came to every single IEP meeting, every single one. And in a blog post that he wrote years ago, he described that first meeting with a little humor and a lot of honesty. He wrote, "I looked across the table at what felt like a united nation of therapists and specialists. I'm pretty sure that I met the Secretary of Agriculture, the Secretary of Transportation that day. Before a word was ever spoken, I said to myself, I will never, ever send my wife into one of those meetings alone." And he never did. He went with me to every single one. He made me laugh, but more importantly than that, he made me feel supported. So whether it's your spouse, a trusted friend, a grandparent, or even a special education advocate, bring someone with you. You are there to be your child's voice, and having someone by your side gives you strength, perspective, and a second set of ears for everything that's being said. The second thing is come in with hope, not a fight. I know it's so hard because as parents of children with disabilities, we are often in fight mode. We are fighting for therapies, for diagnosis, for services, and it becomes instinct. But not every IEP meeting is a battle. So try not to walk into the room assuming the worst. When we come in ready for a fight, we can unintentionally put up walls before the conversation ever starts. So instead, come in ready to collaborate. Most educators truly want what is best for your child, so partner with them. Share your dreams for your child. Let them see the whole picture, not just the diagnosis. Number 3, bring a little kindness and maybe a few treats. It may sound simple, but a box of donuts, a plate of cookies, or even a bag of pretzels on the table can shift the entire tone of the meeting. It's a small gesture that says, we see you. We appreciate the work you do for our child. IEP meetings can be emotionally charged and mentally exhausting. So starting with a moment of shared kindness, even over snacks, can break the ice and humanize everyone at the table. It reminds the team that while you may have different roles, you're all working towards the same goal, supporting your child. You're not just showing gratitude, you're also modeling the kind of collaboration and respect that you want to see reflected in how your child is treated. It's not about trying to win people over with food. It's about building relationships. A little kindness creates an environment where people feel valued, and when people feel valued, they show up more fully for you and for your child. Number 4, keep it personal. Yes, bring a binder or a notebook with all of your child's IEP documents. Go in prepared. But here's a small touch that can make a surprisingly big impact. Put a photo of your child on the cover. In a room filled with charts, test scores, acronyms, and paperwork, it's easy. even unintentionally, for the conversation to become clinical. A photo brings the humanity back into the room. It gently reminds everyone this is not just a student ID number or a set of goals on a page. It's a real child with a name, with a personality, and a laugh that you love. A life beyond this meeting. And that image helps to recenter the focus where it belongs, on your child. Not just on what's at hand or what needs to be fixed, but on who they are and what they're capable of becoming. It is a visual cue that says, we are here to support a whole person, not to just tick off boxes. You're not just advocating for services, you're advocating for your child's dignity, their potential, and their future. So let their face be the heartbeat of that conversation. And number 5, and most importantly, pray. Above all, pray. Pray for clarity. Pray for wisdom. Pray for favor. Pray for everyone who will be working with your child and who will be making the decisions about your child. Pray for the best plan for your child. Because while we may not always know what lies ahead, and we may not know what is actually best for our child, we serve a God who does. And He knows your child inside and out, and His plans are good. So to every parent getting ready for an IEP meeting, whether it's your very first one or it's your 15th, I want you to know this. You're not walking into that room alone. You are partnered with a God who sees every detail. He hears every unspoken fear, and He walks ahead of you into that meeting room. You were chosen for this journey, not by accident, but by divine appointment. Your love, your voice, your advocacy matters more than you'll ever fully see this side of heaven. And when the process feels overwhelming and the paperwork piles up and the acronyms blur together and the fear creeps in, remember this from Exodus 14:14, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. You don't have to have all the right words. You don't need to be an expert in special education law. What you do need is to anchor your heart in the one who is all-knowing, all-wise, and all-good. So before you walk into those doors, pause and pray. Ask God for wisdom, for favor, for a team that sees your child the way He does, full of purpose, full of promise. Ask Him to guide every conversation, every decision, every plan, and trust that He is working, even when you can't see it. So take a deep breath, walk in with hope, and speak with courage.